Welcome guys, welcome. We're back with Task Force Admiral. We're going to be trying to get through this time to the actual enemy carrier. Last time we didn't make it. We didn't get the tact either, so it was interesting. Anyway, news, fixed spotting bug, placing aircraft over the edge of the deck. Yeah, okay, I saw that one a few times where one of the wheels was just off the side. Fixed plane stuck on Midway's runway. Yeah, okay, we're not playing the Midway missions anyway. Fixed missions disappearing from the air panel if carrier is destroyed. Yeah, pilots will now redirect to closest carrier from other fleets. Yep, okay, we're just going to be playing a one carrier mission though. What else have they done? I like that they're actually putting so much in. Like, it's good actually. Very, very cool. Anyway, let's go and get rid of that one. We're just going to go straight to Battle Generator and get into it, because I did a lot of the intros last time. It's not flickering around this time. Great. Great. Okay, so this is Coral Sea. So basically it's still essentially what we'll do is we'll do one CV. Friendly air skills is just going to be good. The threat will be random. That way we have to look everywhere for for anything that's going to actually happen. So we don't know where they're going to come from. The enemy force is just one carrier as well. And the wind will be random. And the cloud cover will be random as well. So that way it's going to sort of be changed. I like that it actually updates your briefing accordingly. I'm not going to bother recording a TAC file. This is more if you're wanting to edit this like a 3D type movie of your actual interaction, which is such a good game. This is such a great... I've been actually playing it a bit outside of the... there we go. Tail Slow Fox is saying first. There we go. You made it. First commenter. Anyway, let's just go and start. And as I said before, I'm really loving playing this game. Is it a game or a simulation? It's a bit of both, I guess. It's just beautiful too. There's even little things that I've been noticing as I've been playing it that I'm just really impressed with that other games just don't do. Like for example, every single aeroplane has got a unique number on its tail or wherever the actual numbers are. So they've just gone to a lot more trouble than what you'd expect. It's 5 a.m. on May the 8th, 1942. We'll just go and set up, first of all, we'll go and set up our, we can go to the 3D view and just have a bit of a look around. This is the carrier, of course. Whoops. So we've got the moon back over that way, and we should have a bit of the sun is not appeared yet on the other side. So that's sort of where we are with everything, with the carrier. We'll just go back in and start to plan our day and sort of try to then sort of work it out. So we'll just go back to this screen here, which will then allow me to see that we're traveling towards the north. We're supposed to get to this waypoint here. We've got a speed of 15 knots, and we're moving to the north. I'm just going to right click and turn on a few of these things. So we'll view the contact history, wind. Okay, so the wind is coming from the west. The weather, we want to see where the clouds are. That's quite important, and I won't bother with radar range. I think I might leave that off just so that we've got a nice clean area. Now we do actually have cloud banks that will be coming in towards us. So this will be blown in. There's nothing. There's a big one down there. If we got into this cloud bank over here and then sort of went down this way, that I think is going to be where we go. So let's just go and start to move across. So I'll sort of move that in that direction. I can also then just right click on this one to change the knots. Let's just speed things up a little bit to say 20 knots. Just a little bit faster than what we actually had. We can go up to 31 with the carrier. So we're going to get there at 8:48. And from there I might set up another... by that stage these clouds will have moved over as well. So maybe I'll just move that one back, and then we can just do another waypoint down in here, which so we'll sort of make that our daily direction that we'll sort of try to head. So by that stage we should be in the middle of this cloud bank, which should then give us some protection, I hope. So that will be the plan of attack. I also like that the wind changes around on the map as well. Like, it's just everything's really modelled so well. Can you name carriers? No, there's no naming, unfortunately. It would be nice to have a DasTactic sort of style, particularly with the pilots, I think, would be really cool. But you can't name any of the actual carriers, unfortunately. Like there's nothing I can do back over here with anything at all. Anyway, the first thing we have to do is we've still got a fair bit of time before dawn, and I think dawn is 6 a.m. or something. But we'll be trying to get our search team up and running as fast as possible. We don't know which direction the search team is going to need to then find like the enemy carriers, so we'll have to do that one now. We'll just go across to. Just make sure I'm in the right spot. I might just move my head over slightly. Just bear with me. Just pop it in here. Last time I was out. I was covering some important stuff, and I just want to make sure I'm not this time. Right. Okay. So so unfortunately we can't sort of name anything as such. Now down the bottom through here we've got 4 different areas that we can do. We can suspend all action on the carriers. We can prepare a strike force. We've got a search sort of aspect, which is what our first thing has to be to try to figure out where the enemy actually is located. And then we've got scramble for all available fighter craft. Now we've got a mixture of fighter craft, bombers and torpedo bombers, like dive bombers and torpedo bombers. So we'll just go to search to start with. There's no rush with this one, which is pretty cool. Create a new air search. We're going to need to go 360 degrees, so the step is going to have to be 360 degrees. And we're going to have to add multiple planes to it. One thing you'll notice is it becomes smaller and smaller as we do this, the search radius, because this is just one aeroplane. And we don't want just one aeroplane. We want multiple aeroplanes. Now, the patrol strength, every 3... if you do it in multiples of 3, you end up essentially having, like, each flight in the aircraft carrier is three aeroplanes. So keeping it in multiples of 3 is a good idea. Now, we've got a big fog bank over here. I could have set up a second search to actually have more going out this way. But I'm thinking I'm going to need probably 18. And if they're in this bank here, we probably won't see them. And I want this range to be maybe about 500, I think. So we'll just move this out to around about 500. There we go, 500 kilometers. So that will then sort of give me a little bit to hopefully be able to sort of then go and catch things where they actually are. That's what we need to do, I think, there. So we'll just accept that. Now these are going to be the dive bombers that we actually have. I can use the torpedo bombers with our torpedoes. What does that do if I use those? That's their limit, is 465. These are a lot less effective in actual bombing. You know, I might actually just do that. Just send them up. And we only got 15 of them, actually. No, I better use the dive bombers, I think. Just so to close up that gap. Just a little bit so we got better chance of seeing where they actually are. And we'll bring this up to 500. So so these here, it's a bit tricky. Anyway, let's just see how we go. So Sick is saying, I love warboat games. Yeah, this is really, really cool. I've just thoroughly enjoy it. Now, it's got 6 a.m. I don't know if I can actually change that down to like 5:45 or something like that. I don't think they'll run off at that time. I'll just go and make that the when they try to do it. But I don't think they can launch before dawn. So just accept that. So that's the desired takeoff, but it probably won't be the actual takeoff. And so that's now done. And if we go back into 4-hour time, you can sort of see, it's actually 6:28 is the earliest we can do it. So we've actually got a lot of time before it actually even gets there. So we're going to be already halfway over here. Now, it's whatever the dawn is. So 6:28 is actually when it can start for launch at 6:45. Actually, 6:45, that's not what I want. I'll just go back into the search again. Now, to go back in and edit, I can just go and click on this one here. Yeah, it's desired takeoff 6:45. Let's go and edit that. I did make that 5. Why didn't it accept it? Still got it there. Okay, I'm going to change that to 601 then. I'm glad I saw that. That would have been a bit of a disaster. Except... still not good enough. I'll just try that again. Edit. 0001. That's what it was. I'm going to cancel that one. So we go back. We'll now go back to missions. I'm not sure why it's not wanting to do that one. But just go back into the missions here. So search one. I'm going to edit the. Oh well, actually there we go. Just delete it, and we'll create a new air search here. So we'll do this again. 601 here. We'll just start with this one through here. The SPDs. We'll just go and get 18 of those. Step is already at 360. Patrol altitude. We might just make it 15,000 foot. Search radius 500. And 601. We'll accept this one. Yeah, there we go. That's better. So 544 is when it will start. I don't know why that's the case. Anyway, that's so we'll do it there because it's just pre-dawn right now. All right, that's good. I'm glad I saw that. We would have wasted a whole hour. So, yeah, Von Rabbit saying, I played this game years ago, very in-depth World War II ship simulator. Probably, yeah, this is just coming out. Like, it's only just come out, this version of it. And this is like version 1 of what's going to be coming. And they've made a lot of changes already. To what goes on, which is great. And it's only one developer. It blows my mind that one guy coded all this. It's just incredible. The detail in it is just unbelievably good. All right, let's leave that one where that is. See, already the cloud bank is changing. I'm going to change. Gee, we may be better off going back into this cloud bank, but this should be blowing our way. The weather is changing. All right, let's speed up time. Now, so that's the first thing we want to then be doing. Actually, I'll set up my combat air patrols. So if I just go back and press the binoculars and go back into here again, we'll go to fleet management. Just double click this one through here. And so we'll set up our defensive air operations. Just going to go back out to 50,000 yards. I'm going to assume that they're coming from the front. I think at this stage, then we can just chop and change it. In fact, if I go and create new combat air patrol, just 3. Again, it's just a single flight. Keep it in multiples of 3, and it's going to be helpful. We've only got the. I can put up SPDs, but I don't want to do that. I'll just use the fighter craft for that one, and we'll just move them in front, and then just have the overall. Just a box. It's fairly close. We should find the enemy at about the same time that they find us. So I'll try to keep it sort of fairly close to where we actually are. If we go back to 20,000, so just in front of the aircraft, then we can flip it to whichever angle when we do find the enemy to then try to sort of move them further out to intercept, so we don't get spotted. All right, that'll do. We'll accept that one. I'll keep that at 13,000. That'll be okay. 4 hours between rotations at this stage. If I move that out, does that change? No, that's okay. That's all right. We'll accept that. So they then are going to be prepared and then sort of put on the deck straight away at the back end there. What we can do in the meantime, I'm not going to build the strike until we actually have the cap away. That's what I did wrong last time. I didn't actually end up with a cap at all because we ended up with too many other aircraft on the deck. Couldn't move them out of the way. Are they planning to make the game multiplayer? I forget all the different things that they had plans to do. I hope that they do. I hope also that we end up with the Japanese being usable, like playable as well. I'm just going to turn down the options with the music. It's funny, I've got music down. I'll put it on 10%. Okay, I think it was just 0 for whatever. That's a bit of a bug, I think. Anyway, that's so we've got that one through there. We're just going to keep that cap area in front there like this. And so that will be sort of where we end up, just with a fighter screen to try to spot the enemy aircraft, but in reality the actual radar will pick it up before this does. This is more just to try to stop them when we know which direction they're likely to come from. Fighter direction, just make sure that we've got the FDO in charge, the officer in charge. That way I don't have to think about it. So we've got that one in through there. Let's go back to the 3D model, and we can then have a look. Now, where are we? What are we looking at there? Hang on. Just go back in and just grab the Yorktown. There it is. So we'll just watch as they prepare the aircraft ready for launch. Now it's still some time off, so I'm just going to increase the time scale. We've done everything we need to do initially, so we'll get it up to say 40 times, just until this sort of rolls forward. So the clouds are moving; they are dynamic. I might just check our direction before we sort of really get going. It looks like we're rotating, like it looks like we're sort of turning to the starboard side, like in like a loop, but it's not. It's just the clouds moving past us, which means that by the time we sort of get into this preparation phase, we may be like the cloud formations may be completely have changed. So just keep these going. So they're getting the aircraft ready. If we have a quick look and see, we've got the they're now moving everyone back. There they all go. Getting it prepped and ready for the search. They'll start to use the elevators now and bring aircraft up that need to then take off. Okay, I'm just going to go and go back to normal speed while they do this. And so we've only got like a little bit of time. Let's just go and check on the weather. Oh, here we go. We're getting into a nice little cloud bank in here. I'm going to start to move down this cloud bank. And it's funny how much this actually does change. It's going to get us there by 2 o'clock. In fact, yeah, that will be about what I hope will be okay. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Very, very interesting. Just the cloud formations are changing as we are doing things. All right, so let's go back into 3D view and just watch the action again. So they're just still getting all of the aircraft ready on deck, and then they'll be taking off in 3 or 4 minutes. Let's just speed up time again. And we'll hear the aircraft fire up. There we go. So we'll just start to watch these guys. There we go, first one off. So they'll just start to now start their search. And the next one, it takes a while to get everything sort of off the carrier and prepared on the carrier. This angle and see what happens. It's a simulation though, like to a large degree. There we go. So they've got 18 of these to send off, so we can sort of start to find them. At this point in time, there's really nothing much we can do until we find them. And what I can do is, I don't think I'm going to set up an actual strike. I could set up a strike and then call it back if we have any issues with it. I might set up an initial dive bomber strike after we sort of get everything off the craft. Let's just go back to this mode here. So there goes the actual aircraft. And so we're sort of heading in still towards the wind while we actually launch, and then so there's a little area there. So you don't know what the game I'm thinking of that I played years ago. It's where it had Task Force name. Maybe it did. Yeah, I'm not sure of the history. So Space Pants is saying, can you get battleships in this? Yes, there are. We've got a whole lot of these CAs are all not battleships as such, but these are just these are what are they? God, cruisers. So we've got cruisers is the biggest one we have, but these are part of the task force. We can set up where they actually go, and if you get close enough, I think your ships can actually fire at each other. And then we've got a whole lot of destroyers as well, just to sweep for submarines. So we'll be bringing submarines into the game at some point. Anyway, let's continue on. We're going to now go to air and have a quick look. So this is actually the groups that we actually end up having, and they're in the takeoff phase at this point in time. So if I have a bit of a look at these, some of these aircraft are available. So if we just go back in, go to 3D, and so these are now flying, and they're just getting height. So this one is heading in towards the sun. So and the graphics on these are great. Like if I can find a number on the craft somehow, maybe these don't have it. They should do. There should be some sort of identifier on it, and it's unique. I've noticed on the Japanese planes they've got unique numbers on every single plane, so which is a nice little detail they've actually put into it. Look at our rear gunner there. So they're moving off. Oh, one thing I've forgotten to do, guys, just bear with me. I'm just going to pause this. I've completely forgotten. One of the really important things, I've got to be able to use my keyboard, my numpad, and my numpad is actually set for my recordings. I'm going to have to change my scene collection and just reset things up, so just bear with me. Just keep this pause while I do it. Actually, I'll just move away from the sound just so it's not too loud. And just bear with me while I do this phase of it. Just going to go back to my... What have I done here? No, that's not it. Yes. I don't have a... hang on. I've screwed up. I'm locked in here. Can't get out. I'll just go back to there. Right, that's all I can really do. I'll just bear with me. I'm just going to change my collection. Hopefully it won't change too much. That seemed to work actually, which is good. It didn't work last time. Hang on. Still struggling here, guys. God, I can't move my head up. Why is that? I can turn it. No, not even. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. That would help. There we go. I'll just move it up into there somewhere. It's too big as well. Just make it about there, I think. Alright, so we'll try that and see if that works. I've got a setting on my... yeah, that'll do us, I think. Actually, I'll just see if I can... I'll tab out again. Yeah, no, I can now tweak it to exactly on that bar there. Right, that's got it. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. It's just I can't use the numpad, and if I don't do this, and so what I'll do is I'll just quickly go through the way that numpad actually sort of works in the game. So if with the game itself, if I press, you'll notice that we're sort of bobbling around all over the place. Like we're sort of the aircraft and the whole head wobble is moving. If I use the full stop key in the numpad, it'll then stop that, so it makes it a little bit easier to see it. It's less immersive, I guess, when it's like this. I can sort of rotate this one around. If I press the number 5 key, I'm then trail it, and I can't move my mouse by right-clicking. if I press the enter, I then actually end up back where it then releases releases it all, which is quite cool. I might change the sound of that as well, actually. Just bear with me. Sound volume, I'll bring that down just so it's not super loud. All right, and so that's 8 is you're looking out through the top. You can then turn around. You can then sort of see from the inside the pilot's seat. Number 2 in the numpad will then look behind, so you're looking from the tail gunner. So the tail gunner is sitting in there, but he's in shadow at this stage. The aircraft carrier will be down in here somewhere, down below us. If we then have a look at number 4, we're then looking on the left-hand side of the aircraft, and if we number 6 will then take us to the right-hand side. And I can look around from here. So I do have a few things. It's only 5 that you really can't move to look around. Then there's other things as well. Like I can actually then look for, and I forget what they are. Number 1 and 3, I think are looking at different ships. Like 1 will then look at, and I don't even know what that is. I think it's looking back at the carrier. Just have a look and see. No, that's actually that's interesting. We're picking up the light on the other one there. 3 I think is the enemy. So number 1 is friendly ships. The number 7, I think, is friendly aircraft. So I can sort of cycle between the other aircraft. They're way in the background there somewhere. And 9 is going to be enemy aircraft. So your numpad is very, very important with what you end up doing with it. So with what it actually does do. But enter just releases it back out again to so I can actually then sort of just follow from a distance. Anyway, they're going to go off and do their thing. So we'll just go back into here. God, I'm glad I remembered to do that. Otherwise, I would have been flicking in and out of all sorts of different screens, which would have been a pain to reset. It was the right time to find that problem. Anyway, that's all going to be good. Now they're all going to be flying off and then coming back down and then reconnecting with the carrier here. Now they're still in the process of launching. I'll just go back to 1 hour time scale. So we sort of see that we're still in the launch phase for search, and then we've actually got Cap 101 is going to start straight away, and then sort of it will then launch. So by the time we're sort of done with all of that, it's going to be, it's going to start. It's going to take a bit over a minute to launch the Cap, and it's going to then be, so about 10 past 6 is when we can start to think about setting up a strike. Let's just speed up time again. And we can just watch these as they start to sort of then get away from the carrier. Okay, now the Cap is now being set up. It's now leaving. All the other aircraft have now left. And so the last one is coming back in. We'll just go back across to the Yorktown 3D. So it's now resetting the other aircraft on the deck, that are ones that are still left there. If we have a quick look and see what the what's going on. In fact, they're still being set up for launch, I think. No, they should have already gone. Who are they? Oh, there they are. They are launching. There they go. So this is the Cap that's actually now just taken off. So they've been slightly delayed. Off they go. All right, so what's going to happen here, we have to then try to plan things around what the carrier is going to be then doing for the course of the day. And if we have a look at 1 hour time scale, I've got a 4 hour time scale, we start to see a few different things happening. We need to clean the deck with anticipated landing just after 9 a.m. And then we should have Search 2, which is because we cancelled Search 1. But Search 2 should take 21 minutes to then land all of those. We need to make sure that the carrier deck is clear at that point because they'll be out of fuel, or they'll still have a fair bit. They've got an about 100 kilometres range that we didn't actually use up. And if we change direction, it won't matter too much. This is now changing direction again to go back on the original heading. Then we've got Cap 102 is going to then launch, and then Cap 1 will then sort of come back in again. So that's going to be where they actually then change over 4 hours after their first. So they're now going to be patrolling in that, like with that particular phase. So that's sort of where we are now. So at 4 hours, this is really now the next slot that we end up having. We don't know where the enemy group is going to be. If I start to build a grouping up, we're going to end up with a like if I start to build a strike force and we get it wrong, if I then start to try to edit it, it's not going to really work. So what I need to do is I need to really just build one that I think is going to be effective, and then we do the real one afterwards. So I'm going to do it in 2 phases, I think. If we go back and have a look at the actual aircraft that we've got, like if we have a look at the squadrons, they've got different dive bombers. We've got 18 in each group, and we've sent one of our full ones has gone with 18, which is actually it means we're going to have to hit everything with the next grouping, because we're not going to have them back until 9 o'clock. So what we may have to do is actually move in set up a dive bomb group and a torpedo bomb group, just in case there's anything close by. And if it's not, we'll then have to do something a bit different. But I could just set up purely with dive bombers. I've still got 18 of them left. So one of them has got the aircraft there. We've got 24 fighter craft, but we've still got 18 in the second in VS5. So VB5 is actually already now, I think they're the ones that have gone off to do the job. Put at missions. Yep, so they're heading out, and they'll be back at 9:08. So they'll be at the extent of where they're looking at so we can see down through here. So I just want to make sure that we keep an eye on what's going on. Fighters for Combat Cap Call 1 are airborne and underway. So it's just giving us information on the side here as well. Right. So anyway, we've got the we can set up things in advance, just ready for the actual attack. It can give us a few minutes. Doesn't really matter though, to be honest. I think we'll just wait. No, it does take time to set up. Let's just set up one as if we actually find it within strike range. If it's not within strike range, we'll then just cancel it. So we'll just go and get rid of that one, and we'll just go into the into strike, and we'll just set one of these up. Now, if we still don't find anything, like an hour or so in, we'll then have to suspend that particular, or cancel that particular strike mission, I think. So this is actually now where we are, sort of moving down. The aircraft are now all moving away from us. There's Cap there, I think, through that side. Bit of a combination in there. These are now individual flights that are now moving off. So anyway, we'll just keep on going back through. We've got the offensive air mission. Yep, that's okay. So this is one that we then actually have. So we've got VF-42. So we've got fighter craft there. I don't really want too many of them, because I'm going to need them to try to protect the carrier. So I think I'll only send out 3, just as a bit of a, so really hardly anything at all. And then I'm going to put the you can see there, VB5 is the one with still 18 of them left, and VS5 has got 0, because they're now all off doing this. So I'm just going to go and put all 18 together initially, just so we can send them all off. I think sending 9 and 9, that's sort of viable, where we can sort of do like a quick one, and then follow it up. We could do that one. With this one here, we end up with a much broader range that we can then sort of go forward with. Like if I do that, for example, that's going to be where if we go with a custom target, we're going to ultimately end up. You can sort of see this is the range that we end up having. So that's what range is that? Range of 236 nautical miles. So if I sort of just go back and do the custom again and just keep on clicking, we're sort of getting to the limits there of like 300. Once I start to bring in the actual the torpedo bombers, it gets worse and worse. So that's still actually okay, because we can still come back. So if I'm in the direction I'm traveling, I can do a little bit more. I can just go and click on this one through here. You can see there, this is a warning now at 438. So around about 400 I can do with torpedo bombers. If I start to then add in the dive bombers, if I add in the torpedo bombers, look at how much smaller it gets. As soon as I add in one of those, we end up with even less. And if I go back and get rid of the escort, the escort doesn't really have any bearing on the range, but the torpedo bombers really are a problem. So I can think about it in terms of, do I just set up for 9 as an initial one, and then we sort of cater for it? Like, do we do that? And so we end up with just 9 initially, again, multiple of 3. So we end up with a smallish group going out initially, then we end up with all the torpedo bombers going out the second time, because they do diminish the area we can actually then go to. Can't really cancel that one. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that one on custom, but we don't know exactly where the enemy is going to be. I'll just put it down there for starters, but it's sort of outside of where we actually are. We still have the warning, and then we'll change that at the time. But this is actually its return flight. The further off it goes, the smaller this circle will then become, and it has to be sort of like where we can then pick it up. So this is actually, we do have a warning here. So it's going to take about half an hour or 15 minutes to get this particular flight ready. If it's only 9, I think I might do that. Well, if they're ready, if they're within range, no, I'm gonna actually set the whole thing up, just because we had to send so many in the search. So we'll go and get everything away. Now you can see there it's going to now take like a fair bit of preparation time to get these ready. And I'm going to need all my I'm going to need a lot of fighters back here to then sort of like to scramble if we end up having to fight off the enemy. So this is miles away at this stage. So we're going to then go spotting mode. Is we're going to go early spotting. So essentially we're going to have it so that we're sort of ready for spotting, like essentially for this, if the spotters then report. Normal departure means that they go piecemeal. I prefer them to go with deferred departure, where they all gang up together and then go in one great big group. The loadout will be offensive power. This is actually just adds more bombs to the loadout, which is fine. So we'll just leave that one there. The torpedo bombers are really the ones that are the ones that are going to dictate it anyway. If I go back to endurance, you can see there it has no bearing because I'm only using torpedo bombers. I could go with less bombs on the dive bombers and actually get more range. And so this one here, if I just open this one up, so I can green light this one ready for action, and it's just going to sit on deck. So and so this is also now just sort of moving forward as we do it. So the launch method is going to be deferred. Let's just go and green light this. I think that's what it is. If we go to normal departure, yeah, I can still do that one anyway, but I'm just going to go deferred departure. So I think that's what that means. Anyway, we'll just go and green light this one, which means that the aircraft will now start to be prepared. So these are all now going to be positioned, ready for action. So they're going to reposition them on the deck, and just so that if we do have to launch, we're going to be completely ready to go. Okay, let's leave that one there where that is. We're going to leave that one where that is as well. That should be all we need to do there. So if we have a quick look at the missions again. So the aircraft roster, these are all getting ready. We've still got a lot back underneath, and we've got a lot on top. The deck timeline. So we've got now, this is going to be the Strike Force 05. Will be this will be ready, essentially, and ready for launching at 6:48. So still a fair bit of time just to get all these things prepped. There's a lot that they have to do on the deck. Well, let's go back to the aircraft, because that's really where the action is going to be taking place initially. And just go to search, and we'll just watch as they sort of as they move through, and hopefully we spot something. So if I speed up time again. So in the meantime, the aircraft, everything else is getting ready. Here go the aircraft for this particular flight. I'm just going to get the P key ready to pause if we do sort of come across it. And we just keep on watching in here to see if we actually spot anything. So as soon as we get a message, I'm just going to cancel. I mean, I'm going to pause the game and then we sort of evaluate what's going on. There's Cap 101 actually just doing its thing. See the clouds are moving in as well. So these are moving out a fair distance. Well, nothing found yet. And that's about the range that we could actually strike at. So we haven't seen anything. There's some heavy cloud over in the west. Here we go. So this aircraft has, oh, and look at this. So we've found them at exactly the same time that they've found us. So we've got our cap on the wrong side of the group. So they're going to definitely be reporting that we're here. So we now have a problem. It's now 7:14, and I know that is going to be the carrier group. So we've got a contact out through this other side. I think we have to just send everything away. So we've got everything ready to go in through this other side. So the takeoff can happen immediately. So what I will do is I will actually go and now send off the group that we have if we're within range. Now, I believe the Japanese bombers and things had a bigger range than what the American bombers had. So that's another problem for us to consider. So these are actually 190 nautical miles. That's not, yeah, it's probably just outside of what we can do. So we're going to have to sort of rejig everything here, I think. I think we're going to have to just do it this way, but if we go this aircraft in here, let's just have a quick look and see what we've got. So first of all, just go back inside, go back to the fleet management, and go back to air defence operations. So we're on exactly the wrong side here for the group. If I go and edit this, I can then move it across. So we're going to need to have like a long range area back off in this direction. So there was the enemy craft, anyone out there. Where was that? Yeah, so that's about right. So they've got an aircraft flying out this way. Now it probably will have seen us. We don't have any cloud cover around us. That cloud bank has now moved off from where we were. And our cap is on the wrong side, so so that's not really going to help us all that much. Let's go back in and just double check this one again. Defensive air operations again. Just go back into edit. Go to 50,000 yards. Give it a bigger sort of search area. It'll take time for it to get there, and by that stage that aircraft will have returned. So just send those 3 aircraft out that side. Now we've actually found them at exactly the same time that they've actually found us, so that's actually going to be a bit of a problem. Let's go back into the strike force that we actually have. So we'll just go back into the 3D map, back in through here, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be outside of the range that we could actually then go and send it. So if we just go back across, get rid of that one, and we then actually have this mission here. So the target ID will now be this one back up. Whoops, hang on, where are we? Bring both of these out. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so this is now just outside our range. So this is now a big problem for us. The warning is 372 nautical miles. So we've got a couple of things we can do. We can change what we're doing and move in so we're inside that red bar, in which case they're going to be a little bit further in anyway by the time we then sort of go and find them again. or we run away and try to then draw them out, because they're going to be launching very, very soon. I think we'll go for it. let's see if we can actually deal with this one. But I think we're going to lose our carrier here, to be honest. So because of the range that we've got, but we'll see how we go. So if I hadn't have had those torpedo bombers set up, I would have been able to attack this with the dive bombers, and that probably would have been the better move ultimately. But now we're sort of stuck with the strike force on the deck. So I'm going to go and change what the Yorktown is going to be doing. So if we just go back into fleets again, we've got the Yorktown there. And so with the waypoints, I'm going to now move those waypoints. Now that will report its distance. I might just go down this way a little bit, as if we're running away to the south. And then we'll change around to then come back up. Now that's going to be there at 751. That should be out of here by then. And so we'll then just bring this one across and sort of bring it up towards the enemy. I don't think we're going to be able to get into that cloud bank, but we'll start to just move up towards it and see how we go. So that will be the plan for our waypoints. Let's just go back to the aircraft again. And with the dive bombers, if you sort of zoom in a little bit, you can then sort of pick and see which. So that one there is that one. So they go all the way around. If we go to the back end of it, that's this one here. Seems to be the one that we actually have as the one that's actually spotted this particular task force as it's flown past. And it will be this one here will then pick it up on the way back through. So if they've got a cap up, we're probably going to sort of see that as well. So let's just keep that one. Let's just go in and look at the 3D of that one to see if we can spot anything. So it was down in that direction there somewhere. It's very hard to spot it in the game when they actually do spot these things. Anyway, at least we've spotted it, and I think we're likely to be spotted ourselves. Yeah, I can't see the enemy aircraft there. For the other one, actually I might just go back into this mode here, and we'll just watch this a little bit unfold, particularly back into this other side. And we'll just go and unpause. Oops, hang on, that's the 3D mode. An enemy aircraft there, but I'm not going to be able to really sort of see it as such. We go into 3D mode, there it is there. So we've got like a contact, but we can't really sort of spot it at all. I'll just leave that one where that is. All right, let's see if they actually, now we can see there the trail of where they were. They're flying sort of in the opposite direction of where we are, which is interesting. So we'll just go and play this one out now and just watch what actually happens here. So it's flying across. These aircraft will take some time to get across to this other side. We should get more information coming back from our guys as well. But we've already flown past them. It's enough information, and this, here we go, it's just changed direction to head towards us. Here comes our cap. So it still thinks that that's actually where it's set up. I will just double check that. Oh, it's still there. Hang on, what's going on here? And we'll just go to 50,000 yards. Just edit that again. I mustn't have accepted it. So we'll see how we go there. And we'll just go back again. It's sort of, funny pattern. It's still sort of showing up that cap over there. It does take some time to sort of sort them out. So luckily we saw them. It's now flown past where that is. There we go. So we just got scouts report an enemy surface force bearing 56, range 191 miles. So this is sort of, they're heading towards us. We'll just wait now for the others to come through. And then we should get another confirmation that it's actually the enemy carrier. You can see there it's about the same distance, so that they will have seen us as well. The cap is now moving across. Come on, engage. If we can shoot it down before it can actually radio, then that's good. They may also have a group up this way as well, but I think we're far enough away not to worry about it. You can see there the pattern that this has actually been flying, and it's now moving across. Engaging target, cool. Let's have a look. So it's trying to find this enemy aircraft. Again, is there a designation on these? Yeah, it's number 4. So that there is unique. If I go to the next aircraft, number 8. You don't see this in games, number 2. So they're in formation. Section 1, Fenton's Flying Force. Moving out. So all these clouds are completely dynamic, you know, like it's these build and everything depending on the actual weather. Not sure where the enemy is. I'll just try that other trick of 9. Yeah, no, it's not doing it. 7. Yeah, it's just looking at the friendly craft. So 7 looks at friendly, 9 looks at enemy. So enemy should be out there somewhere. Here we go. I think we've now located it. Into this cloud bank. If we can shoot it down before it can radio, that would be absolutely ideal. It'd be hard to spot. Up into the sun. I don't think it's seen it. Yep, so here we go, red leader. I see them bogey ahead, enemy carrier bomber. We're going in now, so this is actually, red leader is the, so we've been talking to red leader, which is this group in through here. This is Fenton's section. And we have to get it before it gets us, before it can report us. So he's now located them. Yeah, there we go. An enemy carrier force now confirmed. Okay, clear skies. Where's the enemy? So engaging target. So we'll hear the radio chatter if they actually report us. This time they're just saying Spider sensed them through all the clouds. Where the hell is it? You can fly the aircraft by right-clicking on the actual planes themselves, but I'm useless at it, so I'm not going to do it. Ah, there he is. So 9 will then look at the enemy. Here goes the other aircraft. Okay, back you go, back you go. The others are engaging their target. It's miles away again. So it's in the center of the screen, so he's now coming back in to do another loop. The others are also looping in as well. Okay, another sweep before he can radio. Oh, here we go. Unfortunately, they've already reported us. So so it's too late. We're actually in trouble now. Hi Began, how are you going? I'm still trying to blast him out of the sky. When I get close enough to see them, I should be able to... There it is. Is that it there? Yep, that's it there. If I pause it, I should be able to have a look at it. Hang on, just get rid of that. Yes, this is the enemy bomber. So as long as you can click on them, double click, you can actually then sort of watch it from their perspective. So let's just see if it makes it away. So it's got a rear gunner. It's got three crew. Comes Fenton. There we go, hit it in the wing. So the damage also does show up on the aircraft if you can see it. There we go, bullet holes through that part of the wing. Still not enough to really sort of do much damage to it. So much saying, always found carriers in Rule the Waves 3 awesome. But there's a game that actually simulates carriers and fighters well, even going to jets and missiles. So nice to have. Yeah, well there we go. We got him. So he's now caught fire. Yeah, this one visually is unbelievable. Like it's and actually I've got to say the actual whole simulation of what it does do. Like it's hard to shoot aircraft. Actually, even that you can see there. That's got a. This is one of their dive bombers. Sorry, one of the. No, it might be a. I think this might be a dive bomber, but they've actually now just shot down one of the Japanese dive bombers. Anyway, that's all good. So we just go back up into Fenton's aircraft. So they've now done that one, but that's not going to be good enough. So what we need to do is to now move back and see. So we've knocked that one out. If we go back to our dive bombers, our search, we've now flown past this. So they're going to be coming in here somewhere. And we now need to change direction immediately. So we're going to now sort of flip off in this. Maybe we go even up a little bit. So let's go this way. Let's try to sort of trick them. Now that we've actually got rid of the where they can see us, we'll move out. Now they will have possibly launched already or getting ready to launch. So we're going to have some troubles here potentially. Again, let's just have a quick look and see if we look at the strike force again. Yeah, we're just not quite where we need to be. Yeah, so we're a distance away. 302 nautical miles. That's a long way, actually. That's a long way. I think what we should do is I've now screwed myself yet again, because I've now set it up where I just cannot effectively get there we're going to have to sort of, I'm going to have to cancel this whole group. Let's cancel it. Should we cancel the strike force? Yes. Let's set up another one. So hopefully we can get these off. Let's just send in 3 escorts and all the dive bombers. We won't do anything with the torpedo bombers. Peak target will be this one here. That's now acceptable, but we now have a delay. So we now have like a 15-minute delay, and so we'll send them off to try to do this one. Spotting time, deferred departure, offensive power, green light. All right, let's just get this thing established. So you can see down through there, it's actually not going to happen. If we go and have a look on deck, so they're going to be rearranging aircraft because all of these torpedo bombers are no longer required, which means that we're probably going to be, the trouble is going to be getting these guys out to be part of, actually they're part of CAP, I think. I think that's CAP 102. I think that's okay. I think we're all right because these were all ready to go anyway. So we're just got to get them prepped. I'll change that there. Will I do it? It's not really moving it down at all, is it? Well, we've only got a few more minutes anyway before that actually does come, so we'll just leave that one through there. Your best possible date is 7:44. That's all right. We'll just leave it there. Now, in the meantime, they will be launching and getting ready to go as well. So that's now been destroyed. So we now have to sort of try to figure out when do we need to get our aircraft up to defend the carrier, and we're going to be wanting to clear the deck completely once this strike force does go off. So we can scramble all of the fighter craft without having stuff all over the deck. So Starmage is saying, so landing ends should be before out of fuel for it to work, but I guess there can still be lots of delays and combat interfering with planned times. Yeah, it's very, very cool the way this one does actually work. Like if we just go back to the actual grouping again, that's where I think where we were fighting before. Just go back to the aircraft carrier. Yorktown, there it is. It's now daylight, so it's just going to get everything sort of ready and prepped ultimately. I think what we might do is we might just go and wait until we sort of see the aircraft ready to sort of take off, because we're just going to wait for this one here. Let's just go and speed up time. So in the meantime, actually what it is doing is it should be, actually no, it'll start to prep them properly at the time. I don't know why it takes so long to, in between these different things, to sort of sort it all out. And so we know that there's possibly like a strike force either getting ready at their end or has already left. And I think we may even have to just guess to scramble. So we'll then start to sort of see the aircraft getting ready. These will start to turn green as they do everything. Here we go, almost there now. I think the reason it doesn't take as long to get them ready is because they're already basically ready to go. So there we go, those have just all been made ready. They're now made ready. And almost ready to go. Just make doubly sure that we are... Oh no, they're still not ready yet. So we've been delayed. Come on, hurry up. Don't know what the delay is. He's probably dropped a bomb under the deck or something. See, it's being pushed back. This is frustrating. I'm not sure why that happens. We've now lost a lot of minutes. We've lost 10 minutes already. That's the roster. Come on, come on, come on. It's being pushed back time and time and time again. Oh, take off. Damn. That was me. That was my fault because I had deferred departure. Ah, that was on me. That was on me. Oh, boy. It's a noob. It's a noob move, that one. So then now we're going to take off. So now we move into the wind. Yeah, it's actually someone just saying, do you have to launch the menu? Yes, I do, because I put deferred departure. If we don't lose this aircraft carrier, there's something seriously wrong. If we can somehow keep it alive, wait for the spotting team to come back, and then we'll launch a second wave. So we're going to have to scramble all the fighter craft early and have them in the air to fight off the attack, which will be ahead of ours. We've actually really screwed this up. I say we because I include you guys in this. It's your fault as well. Come on, launch, 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 launch. There we go. It's all green. Just got to move into the wind. So the wind direction just has to be, so we just have to face the wind. So we'll just come around and then we can launch. Now, one thing we won't be probably giving information on is if we start to spot enemy aircraft on the, just in the periphery, but we're not going to see them really. I think what we do, as soon as we launch this, I'm going to then scramble all my fighters. Yeah, Stick's saying that's fair, it's our fault. It is your fault. I'm now going to change it to being your fault. Come on, launch already. You've turned into the wind. Okay, now we should be right. No, we're still turning. So just have to have the wind coming in towards the aircraft carrier to do the launch. I can't believe one person made this game. Like, that's just astounding. Just stand off to the edge here. Come on, get flying. Here we go. That's one. Next one. It does take a bit of time just with the management of the deck. And the game is actually probably, that's really what it's about, is more of the deck stuff. Yeah, so Taffy's saying it's a Microprose game. Yes, Microprose is the publisher, but it's a lone developer. It is a Microprose game. Yeah, so Factoria is saying it feels like a Microprose game for sure. Yeah, absolutely. They're going to they've already got like one area where you can actually fly the aircraft. Like, I'll just let that happen. Let's just go back to the air. Just go back to Fenton, for example, just searching for targets. I can right-click on Fenton's aircraft, and I can then take control. So I'm actually now flying this just with my mouse, but I am terrible at this. So I can sort of, I can start to sort of see there's all the different ships down below, etc., etc. So so we're just flying where we actually are. So you can actually fly this as a flight sim, but only for fighter craft at this stage. So and as I said, I'm really bad at this. You've got the W and S is the throttles, and then you just left mouse button to you can actually use A and D as well to sort of give the yaw left and right with the actual aircraft, and then you sort of do whatever else you want to be doing with it. So any of the fighter craft, you can actually do that one. Anyway, I'm just going to press escape, release control. He'll go back to his proper mission. That's not me in charge anymore. Anyway, let's get back out and watch what's going on here. That cap is still behind where we want it to be. I think what we're going to do is, we've now lost sight of them, but we're still moving. No, we're moving back in. Okay, this is now flown past and they're coming back. This one's going to fly directly over the top. The next, the nav, like these guys here, are going to be on their way. Now they're going to be landing at about 11 o'clock-ish or 12 o'clock by the time we get back. But I want to get, if I can get north, hopefully they'll be sort of flying more out this way, thinking that we're going to be over here. I think we're sort of okay. So they're taking off at this stage. I'm going to cancel the cap at this point in time, and just scramble everyone. I think. Oh, actually, not really. Not really. Let's just get the carrier deck clear first. So we're still launching. Still got a fair few to launch. So these are the bombers now that are all launching, and we're not launching our torpedo planes just yet. I don't think I can put the aircraft away. I'm going to, once this leaves, I'm going to have all fighters to flight deck, just so we can launch all of these. So I've kept a fair few back, but will it be enough to completely save the carrier? We just don't know. We'll see what actually happens here. Just speed up time while these disappear. If we're going to be attacked, it's going to be early-ish. Okay, now we've got a bit of a window before anything else happens. Let's get all the fighters to the flight deck. So these will all then be moved out of the way. I love how it does this. So it's now prepping for the fighter craft. The thing I can do is I can go back to my missions and I can cancel Cap 2, so I can actually edit the mission. Well, this is actually the cap in through here. Yeah, they still haven't got the message to actually move across there just yet properly. Go and edit that one. I can cancel it completely if I'm wanting to. I think I'll leave them. I might just leave it where that is. So the fighter craft are now coming up.
Romeo, Red Leader, enemy snooper. Vector 0.
Enemy snooper. Okay, so let's just go and pause this again.
Vector's high.
So enemy snooper vector. Okay, so this is Red Leader is out now. This is Cap 1 is now probably spotting the other enemy as they come back through again. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now this is halfway through. We're now found 20 plus aircraft. Here comes their attack. So it is time to scramble. So we have actually now spotted this one. And yeah, reported by the USS Anderson, actually. It's one of our destroyers. Okay. So they found that with radar, distance 107 nautical miles. So it's time to scramble everything. So we'll just go and I can just literally click on the scramble button and just get all the fighters in the air, even if they're not quite ready just yet. They will get them all up there. So we'll scramble out. All the fighters available in this carrier will take off. Are you sure? Yes, we are, because we have to get in front of this. So I want them basically patrolling the aircraft carrier. So they have a bit of time before they have to then go and land. But we now have to figure out. We've still got all of the mission. The search mission will come back. So we have to hope that the carrier is still alive at that point, and it may not be. So we'll see how we go. We've certainly played this one very, very poorly. Just watch what actually happens in here. If we keep this one here going, and we'll just speed up time again. Okay, get airborne, guys, get airborne. Now, unfortunately, the 3 aircraft back in here from Cap 102 are not going to be able to participate. I mean, I could cancel. I might just wait until we're actually airborne, then maybe try to cancel the cap and then have that as part of the scramble as well. Come on, you need to get off the aircraft. In the meantime, these guys are getting closer, but we should still be okay, I hope. There we go. Got 10 aircraft there. Are we launching as we go? Let's just have a look and see. Are we just getting them prepped? I think we're just getting them prepped because if we're using the forward elevator, we can't really be taking off. Yeah, I think those 10 aircraft are literally these guys here. Let's see where this enemy is. See how they're flying. We're going to have to turn into the wind again as well. Let's just save ourselves a little bit of time and do that now. Oh, that's actually our attack group. New unidentified surface force. Okay, so we now spotted these guys again. Let's have a quick look back at the fleet again. Still getting these things ready. I think we'll just keep on pointing away from the like into the wind a little bit, just to try to sort of stretch these this attack. See if we can somehow sort of avoid it. Is there any... look at that, it's almost completely clear. There's very little cloud. So they will see us if they get close enough. But we haven't seen anything else come back just yet. So this is just our smallish group moving off to attack. Just to try to get a bit of a jump on the enemy carrier if we can. They've got 20 aircraft coming in. So we've got the elevator coming up. You get all these aircraft airborne. So this is going to be hopefully to get rid of as many of these guys as possible. So the American torpedoes, I believe, in this era were really, really bad, but the Japanese ones were very, very good. So certainly in the games that I've been playing, I've been hit a lot by torpedoes, but I haven't had a single torpedo hit an enemy carrier at all. Dive bombers do hit, but yeah, the Japanese certainly were very, very good in this era. Coming back down again, we're still not ready yet. One more to go. Then we're up. Up and out. You get a sense of the drama of what it would have been like as well, like in this game, like more so than nearly any other game like this. It's it really just gives you that sort of sense of being on the deck itself, and you know, having to deal with, I guess, the drama of like having so many aircraft up on the deck, and you know, trying to manage them, and you know, do what you need to do. It should be, that elevator should be coming up. There it is. That's the last one. Okay, there we go. So at this stage, we should now be ready to launch. Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing? That's not what we want them to do. Oh my God, we're going to be screwed here. What have I done? What have I done wrong here? Why did they suddenly turn off what they were doing? I should just leave it alone, shouldn't I? Oh, I've screwed up. I've screwed up badly here. Unless they need to clear the deck somehow. I think that what happened, the reason I pushed that button is because it looked like that had changed to Cap 2. I think they're going to reshuffle all these again, and we're going to be screwed because yeah, we're still getting, so these are still flying away from where we are. Let's try to run. Let's try to run. We go back into here. Fenton's already here, and these are evading. All right, so Fenton's already attacking these guys. Well, let's go and look at him. Come on, guys. Yeah, so we've got zeros now coming in on our tail. Oh, Fenton's been hit. So their patrol is certainly helping. And ditching. Bassett's already now gone. He's down. Brassfield is evading more zeros. Someone behind him? Yep. There's a lot of them there. To a whole yeah, he's just been hit in the tail. Still evading. Fenton's actually now engaging a target. I need to get these bombers. Yep, still got zeros on his tail. I can press tab and just have it so that we're just looking purely at the action. But it's sort of good to sort of see Brassfield is, you know, he's trying to engage his target again. It's in the cloud. Just following behind him. If we go to 2, we can then sort of watch it. It's from behind. It's back up in the cloud. Zero's zoning in on him. His trouble there is that Zero. Yeah, he's been hit multiple times. Upside down. He's avoiding quite well. He's only got one, but I think that Brassfield, I think, had multiple. His tail. Yep. Just been hit. Trying to evade. Still evading, so it doesn't say ditching at this stage. But he looks like he's ditching, doesn't it? Looks like he's been hit. Bang, he's gone. Alright, so Fenton is the last one out of Cap 1. Oh, wing blown off. So Fenton's gone. Alright, so we'll go back to scramble. McCuskey, these are all still on the deck. Alright, so Fenton's gone as well. Alright, back to the Yorktown. Oh my god, I can't believe this. They're going to attack us and we're going to have all these aircraft just sitting out here while they reshuffle. Why are they reshuffling? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like they're clearing the deck. Yeah, they've got torpedo bombers underneath now. These are all ready to go. We're screwed. We are so screwed here. I've screwed this one up terribly. I don't know what I've done wrong. I haven't had as much trouble as this ever in this game. Like this is, I've completely mismanaged. Like that. What's supposed to happen is when you've actually got like an emergency, the whole front of the aircraft carrier is supposed to be clear. And for whatever reason, they're now using the front elevator to move the torpedo bombers back underneath. But we need to be scrambling. Everything's ready. If we go and have a look, these are all prepped and ready to launch now, except for the first 3. And that's Cap 102. They changed it from the group at the back to the group at the front, which then means that they're in the way. I then press scramble again, and that's sort of when we ended up with this. Well, we're going to be severely caught with our pants down, I think. So I'm just going to go and go back to here and try to avoid this attack. Let's get our speed up to 30. at that point and try to avoid this completely. You know, we've still got our squad is now moving in to attack as well, but you can see they're so much closer than ours. If I can somehow avoid this attack, air defense stations are now manned. It says that we're heading into the wind to commence air operations at 8:40, but that's things just aren't working out well here. The search is still coming back in, so they've now flown past and are now moving back in again. The Cap 101 is gone, so we can close that one off. They're in the queue. The dive bombers and the escort. Section 1. So it's en route. So this is actually our bomber group. So it's now flying with all the other formations. So they're now all they're definitely on the way. Hopefully they get some good attacks here. This is our last chance really to actually salvage anything from here, I think. House Like Fox is saying, don't worry, you got this, but I don't think we do. Yeah, and then we've then got to do all the landings, so we really have to scramble, get up, and then manage the rest of this. So if we can survive to take a second bite at them, then that will be good. But will we be able to do it? I don't know. Anyway, let's go back to the fleet. Yorktown is now moving back again. So these guys are getting ready to launch, but will they launch in time? I just don't think they will. I completely screwed that up. I'll take responsibility there. Now that there is a bit of a if we can, that little cloud, if we sort of in behind that, they may not see us, but I don't know. They're heading in the wrong direction. They're heading to where we were. That's our one big chance. Is to buy time before anything bad actually happens. Now heading into the wind. You can see there, even though we're going this way, we're actually now heading into the wind. Let's just go back in and look at the 3D. I'll just speed up time here. Now, why are they taking them back downstairs? That's Cap 102 again. Alright, this is better, this is better, this is better. I don't know why all this shuffling has happened. Surely now you can launch. Let's get the elevator down. The air defense stations are manned. We're heading into the wind, so we're ready to launch. Got a nice strong wind. So I've used this to reshuffle. Now we should be away. Hopefully we'll get enough height with these guys before the attack goes in. So they brought a fair few zeros with that particular group. We only took 3 with ours, 3 fighters. All right, now we're in a good position. We've got the cap back there. We still have a bit of space, so these guys should launch fairly fast. Here we go. Away you go, guys, away you go. This. I love the look of it. It just looks so good. First one away. Okay, we're getting the cap away. scramble. As soon as these are off, I'm going to release that cap that's there as well. So you can see what we're seeing. We bought ourselves a little bit of time by moving to the north, just a little bit. Where's our guys? Ingress. Oh, there. There's another group coming out. So we've got two waves, 20 aircraft there, 20 aircraft there. They may be being intercepted, which we've got to hope that that's not the case. This is on deck, but that just hasn't been updated. Okay, they're in formation. Formation. And then these are, yeah, these are still the torpedo, sorry, the dive bombers. Dive bombers, and then these guys here, yeah, they're all dive bombers. Where's our escort? So we've got the escort up through here. Oh, he's ditched already. Not sure what happened with him. They're not engaging, so it may have been mechanical problems or something where he's had to actually ditch. I'll keep the search closed now. We don't need that anymore. It's now just going to be the scramble. Alright, cool. We've actually now got some of them up and around. And so we will start to searching for targets. Which is good. And we're going to have the other guys coming back in the recovery. Actually, that's... Search 2 will come back in there. I don't know what that recovery is. Engaging targets now. So hopefully, again, if I just press the number 9 key or number 7, 7 is just going to go from plane to plane. So we think that the target is back out here somewhere. All right, so that's... Who's that? We've got 20 aircraft there. We've got 2 aircraft there. That looks to be more of theirs. Cap 102 is going to go back out that side, but I might cancel those, I think. Actually, no, I'll just leave it the way it is at this stage. We're sort of now in desperate straits. They still have missed us. They haven't spotted us yet. So these are the scrambles sort of coming off the aircraft carrier. Let's go back to the fleet. The deck is pretty much clear now. This is Cap 02. I might as well get them up because we're gonna need all of them. So let's now just see if we can actually cancel the with what we've got. So we've got the defensive air ops. Zoom back out. Edit this. Delete. So we've got no active air patrols anymore, and so we can just scramble again everything else left on the deck. And if we then have a look at the deck itself, yep, so they're scrambling now. So they'll move up as well. So that way we'll get everything in the air to try to save what we're doing. So Scramble 09 will be that last section. Let's Scramble 08. So they're moving off. They're still a long way away. And that's enough time, actually, which is good. And what about our group? They're still en route. They're still escorting. I don't know what happened to Jay Adams. He may have gone off and engaged these as they went past. That may have been what happened. We just don't know. If we were recording the other bits and pieces, we'd sort of be able to, like, we'd know what was going on, but we're not really looking at that. So we're still a fair way away. Like, that's his aircraft right there. So we've now lost sight of this. So we're just hoping that we actually spot them. So we're still launching those aircraft. Just go back into these 3 fighters. They're still on the deck, otherwise they would show up. Yep, so they're still trying to launch. Just go back to the Yorktown and have another quick look. They're getting ready to launch now. Come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Okay. Yeah, they've lost our ship. We changed direction, so that may help, but they should be able to spot us as they get in around here. This is not that far away. We don't know what happened to those two, and these we're aware of. So we've got radar contact on those. We've got radar contact on those as well. But are we in that cloud? No, we're outside that cloud again. That cloud has now moved off. So we're sort of out in the open. Well, this is going to be probably the first of the exciting things that will actually be happening. Then we should get a message saying that we've actually now located the enemy again with the search group that we actually have. This is Scramble 8. Let's just go and open up one of these. And so McCuskey is in this first little group.
Romeo, your target is now Vector 140, 30 miles, Angels High.
Okay, so we've got your target is now Vector 30 miles away. We're not seeing anything from there, so it must be this one. It's about 30 miles. Looking at what we have down through here, it's 50, yeah, so that's about right. So the scramble, we did scramble in time, but will it be enough? And they certainly are missing where we're heading. There goes the last scramble. Yep, so that's now active, they're now airborne. Okay. That group there, I think, is this group in here. Yep, so that's that group there. Then we have the main one is actually this group up through here with McCuskey. These guys are still en route. We can just sort of check every so often. Now they should be finding the aircraft carrier very, very soon. They should be spotting it. I can't change their waypoints because they're moving down towards us. We should spot them in here somewhere. and then they'll have to move into formation. So unless we've missed them as well, it should be funny. Second scramble, yeah. So we've got our incoming search will also be. They're trying to come into here, but they should spot us. They should mainly spot us as we come into here. Like they should see the aircraft carrier. But some of these are coming in thinking that this is actually where they need to be. But they do have a lot of air. They do have a lot of stuff. Like a lot of fuel, because we didn't send them all out to the full limit. Oh, here we go. So this is now 5 kilometres away. We might as well watch this a little bit with McCuskey. So they haven't changed tack at all. Actually, they've just kept on coming in. We've still got this group as well, which is going to miss again. As long as we stay to the north like this, we should be fine against those. Yeah, so Cap 1 is not going to make it, so it's out. It's gone. All right, let's watch this. So we're just in normal mode. So it's the dive bombers. This is Scramble 8. And we should see. There they are. So that's the first lot of that's the first bombing group. And they're flying in the wrong direction. But here we go. Scouts reporting new unidentified surface force, okay, range. So that's good for us. We'll just pause there for a second, just while we're lining this one up. Go back to this mode, have a quick look, and we'll see that we now have targets back over here. So we've now located, it's now moving in a different direction, but we have spotted it. So that will be our force in through here. If we have a look at this one here, they've now spotted it in time, so they can now move off. Once they identify it, they will now move in to do the attack. So that is good. That is good. So things are, it looks like we may be able to sort this one out. Let's go back into the 3D as we start to line these guys up and release it again. Okay, the smoke. It's a beautiful looking game. It's astounding, really. There's another wave of them there. So we need to kill off as many of these as we possibly can. There goes more. Whoops. I've just pressed the, this is like a 3D vision of what's going on. Like you can actually sort of place this one. If I just go back this way again. This is still engaging targets. Okay, that's one down. There's a lot of them. So they've sent out 2 waves of attack against us. Just cycle around. It takes a long time to line them up. Like, unlike a lot of flight sims, it's sort of, I think this is much more realistic, just with what it does do. And again, if I press number 9, I should be able to then see the enemy. It should be in the middle there somewhere. No? There's more enemy there. We go. Double click those. No, on the side of them in the cloud. They're evading. Must be, yeah, they've got zeros on their tail. So the protection that they had, so there's a couple of zeros now protecting, is going after that one there. These guys are still moving in. There we go, look at this. Get a kill. Nope, missed. Keep it going, keep it going. So hopefully we'll get a few more kills in before they find us. So we're seeing this is a dogfight going on with Zeros. Oh, he's gone so low to the ground. Oh, evading the Zero here. This one's taken some damage. But yeah, that's just a Zero chasing McCuskey. Engaging a target, not sure who. Thought he had his own problems. Yeah, he does. Another Zero chasing him. Stay up here with the at the top. We need to get rid of these bombers. The bombers is more important than anything to get rid of the bombers that we've got. Let's have a look and see if they've changed direction at all. They've moved away, actually. That's interesting. So that is fascinating, actually. We have avoided them. We've actually completely evaded the what was going on here. They still haven't turned to take this one on. They're all there. I think we've turned them back. So we'll just go back down to, I'll just close up that escort, and we'll just keep these dive bombers open here. This one's still a little way away. That's actually our cap. They're searching again for more aircraft. I think we're doing a good job here. Right, let's go back into who is actually targeting these. Here they come. So they launched early, and we were able to evade. So there's one out on its own. We've got fighter craft coming in left, right, and centre. Yeah. Oops, wrong one. So I could take over one of these if I wanted to, but I don't want to, because I'm useless at it. Where are they? Here they come. So there's still a lot of them below us. More than 10. Oh, nice. Here goes another one as well. God, it's a good looking game. 2 more scratched. Okay, so Roger Leader is seeing them. So this is Anti-Bandits Vector. Yep, Angels High. So this is again going to be, if we just go back to the map, it should be this group. But see, they're even further south than the other group. All right, back to our, let's just leave these guys where what they're doing. So we did scramble in time, which was very, very lucky.
Many bandits. Vector 150, 40 mile. Angels High.
Now that's still these. It's not, I don't think it's our other group. I'm not sure who Romeo is. Hyper Leader, yeah, I'm not sure who that is. Wish it would show you over here. Come on, you need to move over. You can see them right there. Don't tell me we're going to turn around as well. They're right over there. Look. Somewhere out that side. Escort? Yeah, we'll just... That's engaging a target. This is the cap from the enemy aircraft carrier. So that's all of our flight. So we're going to be engaged now. Anyway, I'm glad that we kept most of the fighters back. This was a bit of a Hail Mary anyway, this particular one. The gunner is firing back. Lost one. Not sure which one it is. Just open all these up as well, they're not on deck. Still around. Who's ditching? Oh, this one here, short. So we've only lost one so far. Now they're going to head into the wind to start landing the other craft, I think. I don't know why they're not seeing them. We're aware of exactly where they are. So they're heading to the waypoint. They're just going to come straight back. So we've missed them again.
Romeo, enemy snooper. Vector 100, 60 miles. Angels high.
This will be these guys. This is the next group. So there's we've wiped out one of their attacks completely. Let's speed up time and just see what actually happens here. Once we go past this one here. No. They're going to completely miss. This one here says it's engaging target. Let's have a look. Yeah, this one's going in. There's the flak. Oh, there. Oh, what? We've already hit it. We've already hit it. Oh, I missed it completely. So they've already got rid of their bombs. Ah, these have all done it. I don't know what happened there. And we did get a hit on the deck. So, sorry guys, I completely missed this. So what's actually happened here is we can sort of have a bit of a look at the actual carrier and sort of figure out what's going on. I think that the stuff we see off to the side here is the smokestacks. In the American carriers, the smokestacks come up the top, whereas in the Japanese ones, they come out of here. So they actually have side smokestacks. So their aircraft carriers were a bit different. And they were quite effective, actually, the Japanese ones. But we have actually hit it in a couple of different areas. So we've actually hit its deck. So this has actually worked out quite nicely. Now, being hit in the mid-deck like this, it can stop their air operations completely if we've done a lot of damage. We just don't know what sort of damage we've done, and so that fire will continue on. And this will. Is it looping? Like, because we've completely missed all of the near misses and everything. Because the rudder can jam. You can do damage even just with near misses. But in this case, we've actually got 2 hits by the looks of things on the actual enemy carrier. God, I'm sorry I missed that. Oh, yeah, all of them have now dropped their bombs. including these. So I completely missed that. What happened with the with our grouping there? I was looking at this. We're over there now. Yeah, I've got no idea what's actually happened there. So everyone is, they're now back en route. They're still in formation there. Let's have a look at this one here and see if that one actually has ditched. Yep, no, they're all coming home. So everyone has dropped their bombs. So we did a bombing run there, which is successful, but they can still try to repair. What we now need to do is to clear out that next attack. So we didn't get to see that one, unfortunately. That would have been pretty cool to have watched. So just go back across to here again, and so they'll now be heading back home as well. They come back here. So and we actually only lost one aircraft, and they can't launch their second cap at all. So that's actually good going. So I'll just move that one back because they're now done. Scramble is still actually now engaging this next group, who is also not seeing what we've got. The search should be now certain aircraft will start to now sort of spot where we are. They'll move back into the actual aircraft itself. So that was the plan of this. If we just go back and have another quick look at the bombers themselves, go to 3D. They're ingressing. I'm not sure if I just go to each of these. They should be starting to come in. This one's now nice and low. It's nice and low as well. If I press number 1, no, number 2, no, it's not going to do it. But these seem to be all getting ready to land now. So they should all find us because they still have a fair bit of fuel. Anyway, we'll just leave them where they are. And so McCuskey is a scramble again. So the scramble is going off to fight that next attack. Let's have a quick look and see. So we did move around at the right time, and so they haven't been redirected up to where we are. It's 50 kilometres away, so it's going to be hard to see it. I'm just going to grab myself a drink of water, be right back. Alright, let's just speed up time here till we sort of get in this one where they're going to sort of start to engage. There we go, we've seen them now. Okay, so friendly air signals and enemy air raid en route to our position. 59, where's that one? Not sure where that's coming from. There's only 2 aircraft there. So this is possibly still an attack, the leftovers of what was there. That's possibly it there, I think. We better check that. We do have our cap sort of still operating back and through this other side. So one of our other aircraft has actually spotted this group, I think. So we don't know who they actually are. So this one is by radar. So they have located us. But this group here now, we actually have the engaging target with McCuskey again. They do have limited bullets as well, so yeah, that can be interesting as well to sort of see what goes on. We will go back to 3D and just watch this for a little bit. I'll try to pick up the stuff as the other things come in. Now, what do we have? Looks like we've not seen much air cover. I guess they're out there. There's Zero's following us in. So now we killed a lot of their first wave, which was great because it means that they're going to have less. Even if they can repair their carrier, they're still going to have problems. Is still flying. engaging and carrying on. Looks like we've got zeros there. Trying to see the enemy. I might try to get in amongst the, because they've got a heap of zeros here. I just pause it, double click it. Yeah, so we've got a zero flying in this way. Let's go and see if we can find anyone that's actually engaging the actual full group. Again, these have got zeros engaging us. So so Falcons are saying, Daz, is it true that you cancelled your cap? I did, so I could scramble them. So they're still in the air. It's a small scramble, yes. So it's I just needed to get as many aircraft in the air as possible because I thought that we'd be screwed here a little bit. But anyway, let's I'll just go back to some of these other ones. I want to find the actual full group. Where are the enemy? That one? Nope. Yeah, that one's coming back into land. So this group in here is landing. I'm not sure why. They may be out of bullets. And they're up in the air as well. They're en route. So this is essentially cap 2 was our first cap was completely destroyed by the protection by the zeros. Yeah, so they're coming into land. These should be engaging the target. Let's just follow these in. Must be in the cloud bank. It's a zero. It's not the one that we want. Here we go, here we go. Alright, let's pause there and just look at it from the perspective of one of these. So that's still got its bombs underneath. There's the head. Torpedo planes. Well, let's just see if they find us. Now, when we look at the direction they're heading, they're still heading in a 240, which is not in the right direction. We're miles up this way. We're 50 miles in that direction. Let's actually watch and see what actually happens here. So we'll just run this one forward a little bit. You see the other aircraft now starting to get ready to sweep back in again. Here they come. Here we go. One down. Here comes the next sweep. Caught fire, bang, it's gone. Okay, still very effective. Here comes another one. You come in. And that one's down as well. Okay, so we're having a good run here, and they're still in the wrong direction. Someone else above us at this stage. They still don't know where they're going. There's more interaction going on down below with the zeros. Mr. Vox is saying this is just an auto battle game. God, he has no clue. It sort of is, although you can take over the fighter craft, but I'm useless at it, so I'm not going to do it. Here we go, there's zeros firing, I think. Looks to be getting ready for an attack. We're just heading into a cloud. But yeah, it's more of it's as much a simulation as anything. There we go. Just blew the wing off that one. There's still a lot in this wave. There's still a lot of damage that could be done here with this group, unless our cap can finish it off. Now they've both ditched, Woolen and Haas, so we are losing aircraft. These guys are landing now. If we go back to our flight operations, these are our torpedo bombers, and we've got a couple now that have actually landed. Here we go, another one just landed. I don't think they're going to find us. Here comes another pass. We've got more coming in to do another pass here as well. Missed. They're lining up. Okay, so Task Force 17 has now ceased air operations, resuming its original course. So we're still moving away from this fight. Okay, that one's just been blown out of the air. With the last one in our little Japanese group. If you watch what goes on here. There's more waves. Yeah, there's another one down. This is good stuff. This is really good. Even if they fix their carrier, which they may not be able to, which means that they're not going to have many aircraft if we go back again. So these are now circling back. The zeros must all be down, I'm guessing. So luckily we actually were far enough away that these guys couldn't fight, but they're essentially going to be destroyed anyway. Just keep on watching to see if there's more. So these are the American planes, those little dots in the sky. So these fighters are essentially it's engaging targets as well. Another one down. So these are just doing little short bursts because they really do have limited ammunition. Here they come again. I don't know what that one was going to do. Another one down. Lining up back here again. So they scrambled early from the aircraft carrier, and they missed us because we travelled at a high speed in the opposite direction. Are they going after anything? Is there still zeros? There may still be zeros. Sort of pushing them away. It looks like a dogfight up there. But there won't be too many zeros, I don't think. At least 2 to zeros here. Still lining up. There's certainly more than 10, I think is what they said there was in this group. Maybe they said there was 20. And the dive bombers. Missed it. There's smoke coming out of that one. A little bit of smoke. Try to keep them off their tail. But they're still flying in the wrong direction. We're way up here now. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hang on. Let's. What have we got going on here? Just let me pause this. It looks like we have enemy contact. Now, if there's any damage, we'll see it on this little screen over here on the right-hand side, and there's no damage there at all. So we don't get to see what's happening with the enemy one, but we can see it from here. Now, this is one aircraft. That was 3 minutes ago by radar. I'm not sure what this is. This could be even just our own aircraft returning, I think. Yeah, we're just normal. Everything is just normal here. So we don't have to really worry too much about what's going on. Let's have a quick look and see what we have in the air. Let's the search. So they should be, the search should be finding us and then moving off. This is the reason they're attacking. This is where we were heading when we sent our search off. So they're actually going exactly where we were going to be, but we're not there anymore. This one here is still aware of this. I don't think we're going to be able to see it anymore. I don't think we're close enough to be able to actually have visual on the... Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. So this is one of the Japanese destroyers, but where's the carrier? That's not it. It's only destroyers. Is that it way at the back? Nope. So we're still aware of this, but it's not going to be for much longer, I don't think. Okay, that's a cruiser. That should be in close. We won't have sunk it, I don't think. But we should be aware of it. It's another cruiser. That's just a destroyer. This should be the inner circle. It's like we've destroyed it. Yeah, it's just a destroyer. So these are on the outer edge. That is really interesting. So again, we may have missed the action, but I'm not seeing the enemy carrier there at all. Let's go back up top again. If I go to 3D mode, sorry, not 3D, if I go to, if I press space, I should then be able to see, oh, there it is. The Shukaku, back through there. There it is. So what they've done is they've put the fire out, as you can sort of see. There's still a hole in the deck. So that is going to hinder what they can then go and do. So we can see from this one that if I just go and press play again, so everything is looking fairly okay there, just from what we can sort of see with the damage. These this cap is not flying, and is it going in a circle? If it is, we may have actually got its rudder. Yeah, I can't sort of see much there, but they're going to that deck hit is going to severely damage what they can do. So they may not be able to bring any of their fighter craft back. Anyway, it's still operational, so we can sort of tell by that one that we've still got some issues with that one there. All right, so now we just have to wait for all of our aircraft to sort of do their thing. So we'll just go back into a scramble. So they're still scrambling back over here. It still says 10 plus aircraft there. Got one aircraft coming back in. We'll just see what's what. If we go back into the deck with what we actually end up having. That's what we have currently on the aircraft. Many torpedo bombers. Deck timeline. So recovery from the mission will be coming in at 10:17. Cap 101 is just not going to happen because it was destroyed, and scramble is going to come in at 9:17. So that's actually that one should be coming back in fairly soon. If we have a look and see what's happening down on the deck through here, this is actually where it's going to be occurring. So are we in 1 hour? Yeah, this is the current hour coming in behind us. So really, we can't do anything until all of these guys get back in. Now I don't think we have our search hasn't come back as well. If I go back into 3D mode, they're still flying around. They seem a bit lost. Here we go. This one's now found the fleet. Heading the wind to commence air operations is good. This should be able to bring these back home. Again, so they're aware of it. There we go. There's the Yorktown at the back there. These are low enough. Yep. So they're coming into the task force. So most of these will find their way back. Some of them may not, though. I think they will be okay. The enemy attack, I think, is not going to go ahead now. It's still too far away. I'm not seeing any. Not seeing anything there with that one. So a few of these may not make it, just in terms of getting lost. No, a lot of them are. So we should be fine. Let's just leave them where they are. Cap 101. Again, they've all ditched. And Scramble 08 is debriefing, but they're still searching. Still looking around. There's good old McCuskey. So they're just looking for targets at this stage. So the search is now debriefing as well. I think so that means that they're going to be heading back in. Scramble 09 is en route again. If we have a quick look back up through this other side, we should see that there was still, that group has moved on past where we were, but we shouldn't have to worry about them too much. All right, let's speed up time until all of these are back on the deck. So we can just sort of leave this open, I guess, and just watch everything as it starts to come back in. Now we're not going to expect to see any more enemy, so let's just bring everything back in. Deck timelines as well. We'll just speed up time until we start to see lots and lots of aircraft on board. Here we come. Just go to 60 times speed. Not going to worry about anything, I don't think. So they're all coming back in. Now these are the search. I'm going to wait until this is the actual attack mission coming back in as well. Now it's still in the morning. It's still early in the morning, and so we can send out another one as soon as we get them all back on board. So I'm just saying, is there some Steam issues going on with audio? I'm not sure what you mean. Camera delay? Shouldn't be. Should be okay, I think. Admiral, okay, the enemy fleet disengaging. Do you wish to stay in the flag plot, or shall we head for debrief? Well, let's debrief, because we're sort of now, looks like they're now like getting out of here. We'd have to then chase them down. So I think that's a good way to end it. Let's just debrief. We'll see what actually happens. United News. Well, that was interesting. In the end, we did okay, but I really thought we were screwed there halfway through that. American carriers victorious in the Coral Sea. There we are.
Victory in the Coral Sea. American and Allied forces, led by the U.S. Navy aircraft carriers, have inflicted a decisive defeat on the Japanese fleet, threatening the Australian outpost of Fort Moresby. It is the beginning of the end, all thanks to the courageous seamen and flyers of Task Force 17, led by Admiral Fletcher. Next stop, Bravo.
There we go. So yeah, okay, if I've got a desync, it's probably because I had to change the way I was doing it. So we had a strategic victory and a tactical victory. So if we can go to the full report through here, it will then give us the rundown. So we ended up with a final score of 860 points. So we've got battle outcomes, strategic victory, mission objectives for a success, force the enemy to retire. Yeah, because they did take damage. And so we can see down through here, most of the points we got were from the damage that we did do to the Shokaku. 621 points. So we did actually a lot more damage than what we thought with what actually went on through there. Enemy aircraft losses, they lost 14 of their, I think they're the dive bombers, or they might be torpedo bombers. I don't know which ones are which, to be honest. 21 they lost a heap. It may be because they couldn't even land as well. So they've lost a massive contingent of aircraft. For any ship losses, we lost nothing at all. We had no damage done at all to ours. And we did lose 7 of our fighter craft of the Wildcats and 6 of the dive bombers. So that's essentially what we ended up losing for ourselves. So we ended up with only a handful of points. There was you can see how minimal the actual point loss is for aircraft compared to the aircraft carrier. So it's all about the aircraft carrier. So that's actually where we ended up. I'll just see where we've got the DB A1s, the B5 should show us, I think, if we go back to the main menu, if we look at Museum and go to Japan and then the aircraft. This is the 0. The dive bombers, the D3A1, so that's a dive bomber. The torpedo bomber was the B5. So that's the one we could sort of see down through there. So that's the then the bombers themselves. We don't actually. This is if there's a base. These are too big to fly from the aircraft carriers. Float planes. We haven't seen those in this one. And flying boats as well. Again, these would sort of be more if operating from bases with what they end up having. So the fighter was the A5s and A6s. So that was the one we saw was the 0s. That's definitely what we were having in our attack. Was these guys here? Yeah, not that one there. Very cool game though. It's very very cool the way it sort of does work. That's every time you play it, it's really quite different. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Mistress Xker is saying that the Shokaku being damaged means it's stuck in Japan. Yes, so that was good. So saying audio speed is 150% at the moment. I don't know what that is. Sorry, guys. Anyway, we've done our stream, so I'm going to leave it there. Then I'll go back to my previous settings for the next game that we play. I don't know what that'll be. Maybe Menace again. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Yeah, certainly.